I'm Turk Strongman at Axiomatic. Thank you for selecting this video. I guess it's number 8 now in my series of videos on high order thinking. Before I continue, subscribe to the channel, activate the notification bell feature, share the joy of the channel with others, at least by giving this one a thumb up and making positive, constructive, and courteous comments below. All right. Remember the metaphor, right? Well, the metaphorical statement, people who live in glass houses shouldn't. We've been talking about that. Now, our purpose here is not to analyze the literary and the psychological characteristics of a metaphorical statement like that. Any of them. Our purpose is to put our attention to and our intentions with and our comprehension of these literary and psychological characteristics, put them into practical exercise with such statements. So that's why we're bringing them up. These characteristics, the literary and psychological characteristics of metaphorical statements. We want to put our attention to and our intentions with and our comprehension of these characteristics into practical exercise with such statements. Remember from before? An earlier lesson here in this series. I'm going to put the what and the how together. All right. Willed attention to and deliberate intent with and aware comprehension of what we are doing, not just here, but with anything, adds power to what we are doing and increases the extent of the results of what we are doing. And we want to bring that extent of results to bear with what we are doing here. Not only does people who live in glass houses shouldn't involve a complex arrangement of high-order thinking modes in both how the metaphorical statement itself is put together and in its interpretation, interpreting what it's doing, its meaning. It also wraps up in a few words, that statement, that metaphorical statement, people who live in glass houses shouldn't. It also wraps up in a few words a lot of meaning that applies to a range of life affairs. So it comes across instructively. And it smacks of practical wisdom. Now, this sort of statement does, in fact, give us a starting point that we can take to correspond with reality. A starting point that we take to correspond with reality. People, glass houses, and they shouldn't live in these people shouldn't live in them. A starting point that corresponds with reality from which to depart into further reasoning over real and concrete or hypothetical or conceptual things, any of them. This makes such metaphorical statements what we describe as also being axiomatic. They can be used as axioms. They come across instructively, and they smack of practical wisdom with a few words that have a lot of meaning that apply across a range of life affairs. We call them metaphorical axioms because they are also metaphorical statements. We call them metaphorical axioms, or perhaps more accurately, we call them axiomatic metaphorical statements. We'll see you in the next video. If you still like the way this is going, then give it a thumb up. Subscribe to the channel. Activate the notification bell feature. Share the joy of the channel with others. Give this one a thumb up. Activate the notification bell feature. Share the joy of the channel with others. Give this one a thumb up. Comment courteously below. Subscribe to the channel. Comment courteously below. This is the Rocky Ramacharaka. I'm Turk Strongman. See you in the next video. Thank you for selecting this one. Higher order thinking.